Hey everybody, welcome once again to a Low on Health update, or pup date, or Kai date.
Pup date.
That's what Rose wants to go with. Anywho, this is going to be the part of the ongoing series of our new puppy here, Kai. So this is kind of going to be the little introduction to Kai. As you've seen in the previous videos, we went to go pick her up. She is a papillon, which is that breed with the rather big ears, as you can see that she has right there.
Papillon means butterfly in French. They are a toy continental spaniel was the original name of the breed, but now they're just called papillons.
And if you're wondering why we have a dog or why we got this type of dog,
because I want a pet.
Yeah, I am my hubris. But nonetheless, we are in a townhouse now, and we could easily feel okay by having a dog. In the previous video, as you saw, we're going to kind of puppy pad train her, which is still over in that corner over there. We have a couple guards up to keep her away from the mirrors that we have on our mirror wall, because she sees the mirror wall and she thinks it's her litter mates, and we feel all sad for her. Nonetheless, we decided to go with Papillon because we wanted to go with a dog breed that none of us had in our childhood. We also wanted a dog breed that was relatively smart. Her breed is the smartest of the toy dogs and 8th among overall dogs.
Overall dogs, yeah.
Which is very good. There she's getting some food. That, and we wanted an agile dog because we have stairs because we live in a townhome.
Yeah, we didn't. You like Dachshunds and Corgis, but they would have back problems. So we wanted a dog that wouldn't have a problem with stairs, because we have stairs.
And
they are very athletic.
And then once again, her full name, because it is a female, because I didn't want to go with a dude dog, and I think all my other previous dogs had actually all been male upon further reflection. We had gone through a couple of different names, in which case the name Pip was actually high in the ranking for a very long time.
Yeah.
Ironically, as we were driving back with her, we did pick her up because we bought her from a breeder. There's not that many rescues, as you can imagine, of papillons. It was over in St. Lucie, as you probably saw in the videos before this or not, that we went over there to pick her up.
Oh, you're going. Yeah.
Yes, but nonetheless, she was born on
May 11th.
So she is currently
11 weeks old.
11 weeks old.
Exactly as of tomorrow.
Yes. So she is still just full of energy and running around. One interesting thing about her is we are, of course, keeping track of how long she's sleeping, how long she's awake, how long she's doing number 1, how long she's doing number 2, like how many times, and how many times she's actually, how many times she's actually using the pads. So when we first started out, we had 2 pads in her little den in the bathroom there, and 3 in the puppy potty. But we've now, after like 3 or 4 days, she basically learned that she gets praised a bunch when she uses the pads in the potty room, to the point where there are no more in her den. And now the puppy potty has actually been condensed down just to 2 pads. As you can see, she's been using them. So that's been
doing a very good job for a puppy that's almost 2 months old.
Yeah.
You're being very vocal.
Yeah, even one of the days that we had her, she actually had 100% using the pads all the time, which is just great. And right now she's sitting at like 75%.
Another reason that we wanted to get a papillon is because they're generally really quiet. Ow! Ow! Jesus!
But she, of course, is a biter because she is teething.
Yeah, she's still a baby and she's teething. She has those tiny little puppy teeth knives, just like how little kittens do.
But she actually has, like, her initial biting has dropped down considerably. But yeah, so we are essentially keeping track of her sleep cycle and her bowel cycle. And we know she definitely has like a morning cycle, a noon cycle, like a dinner time cycle, and then a nighttime cycle. Which
she generally seems to poop at night, which is good and bad.
Yeah, but she's relatively consistent. She's, of course, still adjusting. She's sleeping actually a lot more now. She's eating a lot more, which is good. She does seem to like kind of wet food, so we kind of like just put a little bit of water in with her dry food, and she just gobbles it up, which is very good. As for treats and everything, we haven't really gave her that much yet because we just want to make sure she's okay with her current food and she doesn't have any stomach problems. We'll probably put that off a long time.
She's been really, really well behaved.
We are extremely happy with how she's been. She's not very vocal. There we go. When she's by herself, maybe at night, she might bark a little bit, but then just go right back to sleep or just realize nobody's going to come or that it's night out. I also want to go over real quick. Oh, yeah. So Pip was one of the original names we were going with.
Yeah.
But on the way back from St. Lucie, from picking her up, we were listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Marketplace, which, of course, is hosted by Kai Rizdal, who's an economics reporter, and I've been listening to him for, like, decades. Or longer than that. Probably maybe a little bit more than a decade. Anyway, a very long time I've been listening to him. I saw him when he came down to St. Pete a couple years ago. He was down here, and that was nice to kind of see him there, do a little talk. But we were listening to the podcast, and Adrian or Rose here has also knows what type of character he is.
And we both almost at the same time were like, what about Kai?
So we decided to name her Kai. Of course, she doesn't know what her name is probably at this point.
Not quite yet.
But she'll get there. Once again, she's only been here for one day over a week. A couple of times, actually, there'll probably be a couple collage of videos that we'll go over. She's already once she gets all tuckered out, she'll actually lay on the couch with us and actually fall asleep, which was very cool and nice.
Right now, she's only 2.8 pounds?
Yes, we weighed her today. She's 2.8 pounds and 8 inches at the shoulder?
Yes.
So
she probably won't get taller than 12 inches at the shoulder, and she probably will always be less than 10 pounds, just based on her mom and dad's measurements.
But we will, of course, just keep track of her growth and everything as time goes, and we'll probably do maybe weekly recap videos of just her progress. But right now, her pad usage is great. Her energy is good, and she's just a very rambunctious little girl here, running around.
She's an angelic little gremlin, aren't you? Aren't you? Yeah, you're a little gremlin.
And once again, eventually, once everything settles down, we'll be more than happy to bring her out and see people, or people can come over. But that's still roughly 6 months out because she still needs to get all of her shots and all that fun jazz. So that's going to kind of do it for this quick update of Kai, which is her first name, Kai. Her last name will be King because that's what Adrian's last name is, and she's going to be taking care of all the vet stuff, so that just makes sense. And her middle name will be Vi, so V-I. So I've probably mentioned this before. Her full name will be Kai Viking, Kai Viking, just because it's fun to say.
Are you a dog or a bunny? You're hopping too much.
But as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll be producing these almost every other week, just keeping track of her progress. Say bye, Kai. She's not going to notice anything. There's her butt.